Hey guys, Lenore and Lyle here in San Diego, coming to you from my patio today. Hey, it's nice to switch things up a little bit, right? Especially when it's such a nice day out here. So in this video, we are covering the top things that you need to know when living in San Diego. And we're talking about things that only locals are gonna know about, revealing all of the things that we've learned after 40 plus years of living here, all the while watching our entire county grow and helping all of our clients make moves throughout the years. Spoiler alert, San Diego's craft beer scene didn't make the list because it's probably not going to impact you making a move here. Instead, let's cover the really important things that will affect your daily life here. That way you're making an informed decision, because moving, relocating, and buying a home are all a really big deal. So if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel and tap that notification bell. It doesn't cost you a thing and it really helps our channel. Oh, and by the way, don't be shy. Reach out to us. Give us a call, a text, or an email. Have an honest, knowledgeable expert's help when you're making a big move makes everything so much easier for you and your family. Okay, so the first thing that you need to know is San Diego is a major metropolitan city, right? But the vibe here is nothing like you're gonna find in other places. Things are more laid back here. Well, maybe not during rush hour traffic, but otherwise things, and more importantly, people are relaxed here. Don't get me wrong, it's not like we're on island time or something. San Diegans take their work seriously. And when you look around, you can clearly see businesses thrive here. But San Diegans also know how to let loose and take their fun seriously too. There is a healthy work-life balance here, and it's definitely more relaxed and carefree than bigger cities. Hey, it's common to see people run around in more casual clothes than business suits. Yep, when we meet in person, I'm likely going to be showing you property in shorts and sandals, and when it's cold outside, jeans and probably a hoodie. The vibe here is chill, so be prepared for that. Now, if you plan on buying a home or investment property, this is for you. Or if you already own here in San Diego, pay attention, because this is the biggest takeaway from this video. San Diego's housing market is unique. See, there's a long-running housing shortage going on here with no end in sight. So if you're like me and you nerd out on all of the reports and coverage about where things are headed and wondering if San Diego will be affected by the next big housing crash, then you need to be thinking in terms of supply and demand. The demand here in San Diego's housing market is much higher than the supply. As of December 2022, last month, we had 1.3 months of inventory. Now, I know what you're thinking. Inventories levels are historically low at this time of year. Okay, here's a chart for reference. Since May of 2013, the record high level of inventory is at what, 5.5 months? So you need to realize that a neutral market is one that doesn't favor buyers or sellers, and that's when we have 6 months of inventory. Our market has been less than that for 10 years. Couple that with one more fact. More and more people continue to move here. Builders continue to build these mini mansions due to land costs, with price tags hovering in the $1 million mark or more, which are increasing entry-level and more affordable housing values along with it. Because you're hard-pressed to find builders building anything that's affordable. So the more affordable housing will continue to climb in value. This trend is going to continue for years to come. Think about it. A frickin' worldwide pandemic could not flip home values here. What do you think is going to? Yes, San Diego does see dips in values from time to time. San Diego is not recession-proof, but the expansions run so much longer and so much stronger than those dips. And you've probably heard us say this before, every 7 to 10 years, property values tend to double here, with few exceptions. We've charted this trend since the early 1900s, so you are now armed and dangerous. Actually, you do have next level knowledge. Guys, unfortunately, most of the realtors that I talk with here don't get this. Here's another gem for you. There is this big misnomer about where people actually live here in San Diego. Most people don't live at the beach. First off, it's more expensive than most residents can afford. We're talking single bedroom condo, over the $1 million mark expensive. And second off, it's pretty crowded. We wouldn't all fit on the west side of the 5 freeway. So the fact is, you're going to find that most people live east of the 5 freeway in more inland communities. And here's another misnomer. A lot of people don't go to the beach. Well, not nearly as much as they thought they would after they moved here. They actually find that there is so much more to San Diego than the coastline and beaches. Which brings us to the next thing that you need to know about living in San Diego. There's a lot to do besides being a beach bum, which isn't a derogatory term around here. Because of its size, terrain, weather, and vast cultural differences in San Diego, there really is something for everyone here. Many hobbies, cultures, food-wise diversities, even our weather allows for different activities at different times of the year. Well, unless you're into long winters and being homebound and snowed in, we don't have that, but otherwise you are covered. San Diego has a ton of annual events like Comic-Con, music festivals like Kaboo, horse racing in Del Mar, the SoCal Taco Fest. We have a huge county fair, thunderboat races too, and if you haven't experienced it, check out the Over the Line tournament down on Fiesta Island, along with a ton of smaller town and city things like the Lakeside Rodeo, La Mesa's Oktoberfest, Ocean Beach's Chili Cook-Off, and the famous Imperial Beach Sandcastle Competition. And I'm hoping that you're an outdoorsy person, because the outdoor activities here are never ending. Hiking, boating, fishing, mountain biking, hang gliding, golfing, rock climbing, off-roading, camping, surfing. Oh my gosh, that was a mouthful. Believe it or not, we even have dog surfing. And if you get bored with all of that, you can always visit any of our tourist attractions, our state, and our regional parks. Which brings me to another thing that you need to know. And it's another misconception. That everything is super expensive. Yes, San Diego's cost of living is much higher than in other areas, but you can find very budget-friendly things to do, and a lot of hobbies can be free or close to it once you buy the equipment to do them, like hiking or mountain biking, or consider hitting up all of the museums in Balboa Park in October with your kiddos, because kids 12 and under are free during that month. Or perhaps you splurge a bit and you buy the annual pass to the zoo and safari park or SeaWorld. Visit whenever you want for as long as you want, which is especially great in non-peak season times for the tourist. It's kind of like you have your own secret San Diego. Another thing that you will quickly find out about living in San Diego is just how diverse this area is. Concerts of all sorts at local parks and stadiums. Plus, you got the symphony, jazz, rock, all of the latest new music. You've got all kinds of cultures, lifestyles, and nationalities that make San Diego a melting pot of culture, which you'll find in all the different neighborhoods, makes our food choices and all the different places and things that you can experience so fun. You've got an incredible Asian population, a ton of Mexican and Latin Americans here, plus a strong Chaldean presence too. Now, this is something that I truly love about where I live. Which, by the way, makes San Diego's food scene something you'll be glad to know about when you're living here. Okay, I'm just gonna come right out and say it. Mexican food is a lifestyle. It's not a style of cuisine. San Diegans take their Mexican food seriously, and you are not gonna find us at the tourist trap restaurants or the national chains to get our favorites. We drive over 40 minutes one way to get birria tacos down in Nestor, just a couple exits north of the Mexican border. Hey, if we want Italian beef sandwiches, it's off to Lefty's in North Park. Just take your pick of any of the amazing food restaurants over in Claremont on Convoy Street. And when we're craving seafood, we head to Point Loma to Mitch's Seafood for the fresh catch of the day. And those aren't even the high-end or tourist types of restaurants. There are a ton of options for sure. Did you see the Top Gun movie? Well, how about the first one that came out back in 1986? That was filmed right here in San Diego at Miramar. San Diego is home to several Navy, Marine, and Coast Guard bases. And because of its strong military ties, locals and businesses are very military friendly. You've got bases all over the county. A Navy base, a nuclear submarine base, an air base, a Marine base, a Navy SEAL training center. Just know that when you're living here, you will see and hear jets and helicopters, along with Humvees and other military vehicles on our freeway. And you will feel explosions, especially up in the North County. San Diegans are used to this, and they fondly call them the sounds and sights of freedom. If you are in the service or you are a vet, thank you for all that you do and for your service to our country. My dad and I absolutely love helping our vets use their VA benefits to buy property here in San Diego. If you live in San Diego, then you need to know that we are a college town in the sense that we have a bunch here, like UCSD over in La Jolla, USD up on the hillside above Mission Bay in Linda Vista, good old SDSU over where La Mesa and College Grove meet up, and our latest is Cal State San Marcos, you guessed it, up in San Marcos. Now, there is talk of another good-sized college to be built in Chula Vista, but it's just talk at this point. Now, they do have the room over in Eastlake, so we'll see how that goes. And you may have heard that SDSU just took on a major project and built Snapdragon Stadium in Mission Valley. It's where the old iconic Jack Murphy Stadium used to be. So, San Diego has a vibrant youth population, and they are getting their higher learning done right here. All of it adds to our area's fun culture. You gotta know that San Diego doesn't have gorgeous weather year-round. Just most of the time. The terms May gray and June gloom are common, where our coastline communities get socked in with cloudy weather. Now, the nice thing is our microclimates. They make San Diego's weather diverse and unique to each region within the county. Do you like cooler and balmy weather? Yep, you're gonna want to be along the coastline. If you don't mind a little heat and more sunny days, inland is where you're gonna want to look. If you're craving some pine trees and seasons, maybe even an inch or to a foot of snow and some leaves changing, Julian or Palomar are your spots. Looking for some dry heat, some starry nights, and perhaps even a shot at seeing some bighorn sheep? Head out to Borrego Springs, all in the same county within an hour or so drive. If you are like my family, you're considering San Diego for all of its opportunities and its positive vibe. We came from Louisville, Kentucky back in the early 80s because my dad realized his 2 daughters and his family would have better opportunities and a chance at a better life here than in the Midwest. The thing about San Diego is that most folks are not natives. You'll find a lot of people have moved here from different areas to San Diego, like what you're thinking of doing. Folks here are accepting of all different types of people. They are giving and welcoming, and they're kind. They work hard for what they have to be able to live here. You'll find that locals are focused on bettering the lives of their families and working towards their goals. They stay healthy and they keep a positive perspective. Hey, I believe when you surround yourself with great people, their great traits tend to rub off on you. So bring your positive vibes to San Diego and know that you're welcome in our area. Hey, we cannot wait to help you. So be sure to reach out to us with a call, a text, or an email. We can answer all of your questions and find out what you're looking for in your new home and community. Oh, and you're welcome to download any of our moving guides located down below in the description, and we pinned it in the first comment. As always, thank you so much for your support, subscribing to our channel, giving us a thumbs up, and we'll see you on the next video.